Hey everyone! Welcome back to All About English. Today, we're going to do something a little different.
Yes. Today, we're going to practice English through a natural conversation.
If you understand English but still find it difficult to speak, this practice is for you.
We're going to talk about everyday topics, just like two people having a normal conversation.
We'll talk about daily routines, work, study, free time, shopping, making plans, and much more.
And you don't need to understand every single word.
Just focus on the general meaning and listen to how we speak.
You can also pause the video whenever you need more time.
And most importantly, speak with us.
Don't just listen silently. Repeat useful sentences and try to answer questions before we give you the answer.
This will help you practice both listening and speaking at the same time.
So get comfortable, put on your headphones if you have them, and let's start our conversation.
Are you ready?
Let's practice English together.
So, what time did you wake up this morning?
I woke up around 7 o'clock. What about you?
I got up a little earlier, around 6:30.
Wow, that's early. Do you usually wake up that early?
Usually, yes. I like having some quiet time before I start my day.
I wish I could do that. I usually stay in bed for another 10 or 15 minutes.
Honestly, I used to do the same thing.
What made you change?
I started putting my phone across the room at night.
That's actually a good idea. So you have to get out of bed to turn off the alarm?
Exactly. It makes it much harder to press the snooze button.
I definitely need to try that.
What do you usually do after you wake up?
First, I drink some water and wash my face.
Do you have coffee in the morning?
Of course. I can't imagine starting my day without coffee.
Same here. I usually make coffee while I'm preparing breakfast.
What do you normally have for breakfast?
Usually something simple. Eggs, bread, and fruit.
That sounds pretty healthy.
I try to eat well in the morning because it gives me more energy.
I usually have something quick because I'm often in a hurry.
What do you mean by quick?
Sometimes just a sandwich or some yogurt.
Do you eat breakfast at home every day?
Almost every day. If I'm really busy, I might grab something on the way.
What time do you usually leave home?
Around 8:30.
And how do you get to work?
Usually by car, but sometimes I take the bus.
How long does it take?
About 30 minutes when there's not much traffic.
And what time do you start work?
At 9, so I try to arrive a few minutes early.
That's a good habit.
What about you? Do you work from home or go to an office?
I work from home most days.
That must be convenient.
It is. I don't have to spend time commuting.
But do you ever miss working around other people?
Sometimes. Working from home is comfortable, but it can get a little lonely.
I understand. I think there are advantages to both.
Definitely.
What's the first thing you do when you start working?
I check my schedule and make a list of the things I need to do.
Do you make a daily to-do list?
Yes, it helps me stay organized.
I should probably start doing that.
You should. It only takes a few minutes.
I'll give it a try tomorrow.
Great. So, what's one thing you always try to do in the morning?
I always listen to some music while I get ready.
Nice. Music can really improve your mood.
Exactly. It helps me feel ready for the day.
And that's a great way to start the morning.
Definitely. Now, I'm curious, what does your perfect morning look like?
A quiet morning, a good breakfast, some coffee, and enough time to get ready without rushing.
That sounds perfect.
What about you?
Honestly, just waking up without an alarm would be perfect.
Fair enough. I think a lot of people would agree with you.
Absolutely.
So, once your morning routine is finished, what's usually the first thing you have to do?
Well, I usually start by checking my messages and emails.
Do you check them as soon as you arrive at work?
Usually, yes. I want to know if there's anything urgent that needs my attention.
Doesn't that sometimes make you feel stressed before you've even started working?
Honestly, yes. Sometimes I open my inbox and suddenly I have 10 things to worry about.
I know exactly what you mean.
That's why I've been trying not to answer every message immediately.
That's probably a good idea. Not everything needs an instant reply.
Exactly. I try to look at my emails, decide what's important, and then make a plan.
So, how do you decide what's important?
If something is urgent or has a deadline, I deal with it first.
And what about things that aren't urgent?
I put them on my to-do list and work on them later.
That sounds pretty organized.
I try to be organized. It doesn't always work, though.
What usually gets in the way?
Meetings, phone calls, unexpected problems, and sometimes just getting distracted.
Getting distracted is a big one.
Especially when you're working on a computer.
Why?
Because there are so many things to check. You can start working on something and 5 minutes later you're watching a video or checking social media.
That's so true. You think you're going to check something for 1 minute, and suddenly 20 minutes have passed.
Exactly. And then you ask yourself, what was I doing again?
I do that all the time.
One thing that helps me is putting my phone away when I really need to focus.
Do you turn it off completely?
No, I usually put it on silent and leave it in another room.
That's probably better than having it right next to you.
Definitely. If it's next to me, I'll probably look at it.
Do you think studying is easier now than it was when you were younger?
In some ways, yes.
How so?
We have access to so much information now. If you don't understand something, you can search for an explanation or watch a video.
That's true.
But at the same time, there are so many distractions.
Especially when you're studying online.
Exactly. You might open your computer to study and end up doing something completely different.
So, how do you stay focused?
I usually set a small goal.
What kind of goal?
For example, instead of saying, I'm going to study English for 3 hours, I say, I'm going to practice for 30 minutes.
That sounds much easier.
It is. Once I finish 30 minutes, I can take a short break.
Do you think short breaks are important?
Very important. If I study for hours without a break, I stop paying attention.
What do you do during your breaks?
I get some water, walk around, or just look outside for a few minutes.
Do you check your phone?
I try not to.
Why?
Because a 5-minute break can easily become a 30-minute break.
That's definitely true.
One video leads to another, and before you know it, you've completely forgotten that you were studying.
So, what's one thing you're trying to improve about your daily routine?
I'm trying to manage my time better.
What does that mean for you?
It means planning my day instead of just reacting to whatever happens.
That's a great way to put it.
I want to know what I need to accomplish before the day gets too busy.
Do you plan your entire day the night before?
Not every detail. I just write down the most important things.
How many things do you usually write down?
Maybe 3 or 4 important tasks.
Only 3 or 4?
Yes. If I write down 20 things, I'll probably finish 3 and feel disappointed.
That's actually very realistic.
I think it's better to have a short list and finish everything than have a huge list and finish almost nothing.
I completely agree.
What about you? How do you stay productive?
I try to focus on one thing at a time.
That's difficult sometimes.
It is, but multitasking isn't always as useful as people think.
What do you mean?
When you switch between different tasks constantly, you lose time getting focused again.
That makes sense.
So if I have an important task, I try to finish it before moving on to something else.
I should probably try that.
Give it a try tomorrow.
I will.
And if it doesn't work,
I'll blame you.
that's fair.
Anyway, I think the most important thing is finding a routine that works for you.
Absolutely. What works for one person might not work for another.
Exactly. Some people love waking up early, while others are more productive at night.
Some people like working from home, and others need an office.
Some people need complete silence, while others need music.
The important thing is to understand what helps you do your best.
And to make small improvements instead of trying to change everything at once.
That's probably the best advice.
Start small, stay consistent, and give yourself time.
I like that.
Me too.
Well, we've talked about work, studying, productivity, and daily routines.
And now I'm starting to think I need to improve my own routine.
That's a good sign.
Maybe I'll start tomorrow.
Why not today?
Because today I'm already tired.
Fair enough.
I'll start tomorrow morning.
I'll hold you to that.
Deal.
So, after a busy day, what do you usually like to do in your free time?
It depends on how tired I am. If I'm really tired, I usually stay home and watch something.
What do you like watching?
Mostly movies or TV shows. Sometimes I watch videos online.
Do you have a favorite type of movie?
I really like comedies. I just want to relax and laugh after a long day.
That's a good choice. I prefer action and adventure movies.
Really? Don't you find action movies a little stressful?
Sometimes, but that's what I like about them. They keep me interested.
Fair enough. Do you usually watch movies alone?
Not always. If there's a good movie, I prefer watching it with friends.
Same here. It's more fun when you can talk about the movie afterward.
Exactly. Do you go out with your friends often?
A few times a week, if we're all free.
What do you usually do together?
We might go for coffee, have dinner, or just walk around the city.
That sounds nice. I actually enjoy going for walks.
Do you walk for exercise or just for fun?
Mostly for fun. Sometimes I put on my headphones and listen to music while I walk.
What kind of music do you listen to?
It depends on my mood. If I'm feeling energetic, I listen to something fast.
And if you're tired?
Something calm and relaxing.
I do the same thing. Music can really change your mood.
Definitely. Do you have any hobbies?
I like cooking.
Really? What do you usually cook?
Simple things during the week, but on weekends, I sometimes try new recipes.
Do you enjoy trying new recipes, or does it usually go wrong?
Honestly, both.
That's fair.
Sometimes the food turns out great, and sometimes I wonder what happened.
Have you ever completely ruined a meal?
Yes. I once forgot something was cooking on the stove.
Oh no, what happened?
Let's just say the kitchen smelled terrible for the rest of the day.
That's definitely a cooking lesson you'll never forget.
Exactly. Now I always set a timer.
That's probably a good idea.
What about you? Do you have a hobby?
I enjoy reading when I have enough time.
What do you like to read?
Mostly books about interesting people, travel, and personal development.
Do you read every day?
I try to, even if it's only for 15 or 20 minutes.
That's a good habit.
It helps me relax before going to bed.
I should probably read more, but I always end up looking at my phone.
You're not the only one.
Sometimes I tell myself, I'll just check one thing.
And then?
An hour later, I'm still on my phone.
That happens to me too.
I think phones are great, but sometimes we spend too much time on them.
I agree. That's why I sometimes leave my phone in another room.
Does that actually work?
Most of the time. At least I'm not checking it every 5 minutes.
Maybe I should try that tonight.
You should. What do you usually do on weekends?
I like to take things slowly. I sleep a little later, have a nice breakfast, and then decide what I want to do.
So you don't make plans?
Not always. Sometimes it's nice to have a completely free day.
I agree. But I also like making plans with friends.
What kind of plans?
Maybe going somewhere new, trying a restaurant, or taking a short trip.
That sounds fun.
What about you? If you had a completely free weekend, what would you do?
I'd probably go somewhere quiet, eat something good, and spend time with friends.
That sounds like a perfect weekend.
Definitely. Nothing too complicated.
Sometimes the simple things are the best.
I couldn't agree more.
Do you enjoy shopping, or do you prefer to get it over with as quickly as possible?
It depends on what I'm shopping for. I enjoy shopping for clothes, but I don't really enjoy grocery shopping.
Really? I actually don't mind grocery shopping.
Maybe because you're more organized than I am.
What do you mean?
I usually walk into a supermarket without a plan.
That's dangerous.
I know. I go in to buy 5 things and come out with 20.
That happens to me sometimes too.
Especially when there's a special offer.
Do you usually look for discounts?
Yes, but I try not to buy something just because it's cheaper.
That's a good point. A discount isn't really a discount if you don't need the product.
Exactly. I always ask myself,
Do I actually need this?
That's a useful question.
What about you? Do you compare prices before buying something?
Usually, especially if it's expensive.
Do you compare prices online?
Yes, I'll check a few different websites before I decide.
How long does that usually take?
Sometimes 10 minutes, sometimes much longer.
Why longer?
Because I start reading reviews.
Reviews can take forever.
Exactly. You read one review, then another, and suddenly you're an expert on the product.
That's so true.
But I think reviews are useful when you're buying something important.
I agree. They can help you avoid buying something that isn't very good.
Have you ever bought something and immediately regretted it?
Definitely.
What did you buy?
A pair of shoes online.
What was wrong with them?
They looked great in the pictures, but when they arrived, they weren't comfortable at all.
Did you return them?
Yes, thankfully.
That's why I prefer trying clothes and shoes on before I buy them.
Same here, when possible.
What about shopping online in general?
I like it because it's convenient.
What's the biggest advantage for you?
I don't have to leave home, and I can compare different products very quickly.
And the disadvantage?
You can't always tell what something is really like from a picture.
Exactly. Sometimes the product looks much bigger or smaller than you expected.
Or the color is completely different.
That has happened to me before.
What about returning things? Do you find returns easy?
Usually, but it depends on the store.
Some stores make the process really complicated.
Yes, you have to fill out forms, print something, and then wait for a refund.
Oh, I hate waiting for refunds.
Me too.
What other errands do you usually have to do during the week?
I usually need to go to the supermarket, pick up packages, and sometimes go to the bank.
Do you like running errands?
Not really, but I try to do several things in one trip.
That's smart. It saves time.
Exactly. If I have to go downtown, I'll make a list of everything I need to do there.
That way you don't have to come back the next day.
Right.
I should start doing that. I often remember something after I've already come home.
Then you have to go back.
Exactly, and that's the annoying part.
So, what's one thing you always check before buying something?
The price, obviously.
Anything else?
The quality, the reviews, and whether I really need it.
That's a pretty good shopping strategy.
What about you?
I always check the size, especially when I'm buying clothes online.
That's important.
A small difference in size can make a big difference.
Absolutely.
I think the main thing is not to rush.
I agree. Take your time, compare your options, and think before you buy.
Exactly.
And don't walk into a supermarket when you're hungry,
Why?
because you'll buy everything.
That's actually excellent advice.
I've learned that lesson many times.
Me too. So, do you have any plans for this weekend?
Not yet. Why? Do you have something in mind?
I was thinking about going out on Saturday.
That sounds good. What did you have in mind?
Maybe we could grab lunch somewhere and then go for a walk?
I'm definitely interested in the lunch part.
I knew you'd like that.
Do you have a restaurant in mind?
Not yet. We could try that new place downtown.
I've heard about it. Is it any good?
A friend of mine went there last week and really liked it.
What kind of food do they serve?
They have a little bit of everything, but mostly international food.
Sounds good to me.
Great. Are you free on Saturday afternoon?
Let me think. I have something to do in the morning, but I should be free after 1.
How about 2 o'clock?
2 works for me.
Perfect. Should we meet at the restaurant?
Yes, that would be easiest.
Okay, I'll send you the address later.
Sounds good.
Do you want to invite anyone else?
Maybe. What about our friend Alex?
Good idea. I'll message him.
Let me know what he says.
I will.
What if the restaurant is too busy?
We can always find somewhere else.
I like that attitude.
There's no point in stressing about something that hasn't happened yet.
True.
Actually, what do you usually do when your plans change at the last minute?
It depends on the reason. If something important comes up, I understand.
What if someone simply cancels because they don't feel like going?
That's different. I find that a little annoying,
Same here.
especially if you've already made time for them.
Exactly. But sometimes things happen.
Of course. I try not to take it personally.
That's probably the best way to handle it.
What about you? Do you like making plans in advance?
Usually, yes. I like knowing what I'm going to do.
Even for weekends?
Not every minute, but I like having a general plan.
I'm the opposite. Sometimes I prefer to decide at the last minute.
Doesn't that make things difficult?
Sometimes, but it can also be fun.
How?
You might wake up on Saturday and suddenly decide to take a short trip.
That's true.
You don't always need a perfect plan.
I agree, but you should at least know where you're going.
Fair enough.
Have you ever made a last-minute plan that turned out really well?
Yes. A few months ago, some friends called me in the morning and asked if I wanted to go to another city for the day.
Did you go?
I did. We left about an hour later.
That sounds spontaneous.
It was. We didn't even know exactly what we were going to do.
And how was it?
Great. We walked around, had lunch, took some pictures, and came home in the evening.
Sometimes those are the best trips.
Exactly. You don't have time to overthink everything.
So, if you could plan your perfect weekend, what would you do?
I'd probably spend Saturday with friends and keep Sunday quiet.
What would you do on Sunday?
Sleep in, have a nice breakfast, maybe watch a movie, and prepare for the week.
That sounds relaxing.
What about you?
I'd like to spend some time outdoors, have a good meal, and maybe visit somewhere I've never been before.
So you like exploring new places?
Definitely. Even a short trip can feel like a real break from your normal routine.
I completely agree.
Well, it sounds like we have a plan for Saturday.
We do. 2 o'clock, lunch downtown.
And maybe a walk afterward.
Perfect.
I'll message Alex and confirm everything.
Great. Just don't change the plan at the last minute.
I promise.
Good. I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
We've reached the final part of our English conversation practice.
And now it's your turn to speak.
Exactly. We've done a lot of listening, but listening is only half of the practice.
Now we want you to answer some questions out loud.
Don't worry about making mistakes.
Just try to answer naturally, using the English you know.
Here's the first question. What time do you usually wake up in the morning?
Pause the video if you need more time and answer out loud.
Great. Now tell us what you usually do after you wake up.
You can say something like, I usually drink some water, have breakfast, and get ready for the day.
But don't just repeat our answer. Try to give your own answer.
Exactly. The goal is to talk about your real life.
Here's the next question. Do you prefer working or studying in the morning or in the afternoon?
And why?
Try to give at least 2 sentences.
For example, you could say, I prefer studying in the morning because I have more energy. I can concentrate better.
Excellent. Now let's make it a little more challenging. Tell us about one hobby you enjoy in your free time.
What do you like doing?
How often do you do it?
And why do you enjoy it?
Try to speak for at least 30 seconds. Don't worry if you need to pause or think.
Real conversations aren't perfect. People stop, think, correct themselves, and continue.
That's completely normal.
Okay, here's another one.
Imagine you're going shopping. What are 3 things you usually check before buying a product?
Think about price, quality, reviews, size, or anything else that matters to you.
Now, let's practice making plans.
Imagine your friend asks, "Are you free this weekend?"
How would you answer?
You could say, Yes, I'm free on Saturday afternoon. Do you want to go somewhere?
Or maybe you're busy.
In that case, you could say, I'm sorry, I'm busy on Saturday, but I'm free on Sunday.
That's a very useful expression in everyday English.
Now here's the final challenge.
Imagine you're talking to a new English-speaking friend.
Tell them about your morning routine, your work or studies, your favorite hobby, and your plans for the weekend.
Try to speak for 1 full minute.
Don't translate every sentence in your head.
Just focus on your ideas and keep speaking.
If you forget a word, don't stop.
Explain it in a different way.
That's an important speaking skill.
You don't need perfect English to communicate.
You just need to keep going.
And remember, making mistakes is part of learning.
Every time you speak, you're getting a little more comfortable.
So, how did you do?
If you answered the questions out loud, that's already a great step.
And if some questions were difficult, don't worry.
You can come back to this video and practice again.
The more you listen, repeat, and speak, the more natural English will become.
Before you go, choose 3 sentences from today's lesson that you want to remember.
Say each sentence out loud 3 times.
And tomorrow, try to use them in a real conversation.
That's how you turn English practice into real English.
Thank you so much for practicing with us today.
We hope this conversation helped you feel more confident.
Keep listening, keep speaking, and don't be afraid of mistakes.
And if you enjoyed this practice, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to All About English.
We'll see you in the next English conversation practice program.
Keep practicing.
And keep speaking English.